So that's about myself.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. We will get started.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, so we'll get started with .NET, and then we'll deep dive into some OOPS concepts, and then we'll touch with some problem solvings, and then SQL. So these are the areas that I would just check on. Uh, One question before we start. You wrote that you have experience into SDLC and all that stuff. Have you ever worked on Agile?
There was a small project which I have worked on Agile.
Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, thanks for that. All right. Can you explain me the significance of static keyword?
Static is like a single instance which we can directly access with the object. I mean, we don't need to create the object. It will be a single instance for the whole program. We can directly access with the class object.
Sorry, I was on mute. How do you use the static keyword or static class or a static method or a static member in the class or another program?
If you take a static method, we can directly call that method with the class name. So it will be a single instance, single memory allocation for the whole program.
Okay. Okay. So if there are multiple classes that uses the static, then how will the memory allocation happen?
It will allocate at the starting and the same address in the different classes will use the same instance, same object, that address they will point to.
Okay. If multiple classes point to the same memory location, if one class changes this object, will it reflect in another class?
I mean, in one class we have a static method. That method is being used in different classes. You mean to say, like
See, two classes are sharing a static member. Okay.
two classes are
Static variable basically. Yeah, two classes are using same variable. If I change the variable in one class, will it impact the other class? Will it
yes,
be changed in another class?
yes.
Okay. Okay. Mhm. At what time this value is evaluated? The compiler recognizes this variable is a static, or how this memory allocation happen?
On the compile time,
When it is loaded into memory.
mm, during compile time itself.
Okay. Okay. For example, if there is a static, class, you're saying it is available in memory only after compiling, but if you were to call a method inside that, you'll put a dot, right? Class dot name.
Yes,
Will it be low? Where do you get this class? Is it referring to memory or is it referring to some other place?
it will be referring to memory only.
Okay, so every time you add a class, static class, you should compile so that you can use it. Or
Yeah.
can you use it without compiling?
No, we have to compile.
Okay, okay, all right, that's okay. So you have two classes, okay, parent
Okay.
class and a child class, and they have their own constructors.
Okay.
Okay, now that okay, let me quickly share my screen. Let me know if you are able to see my screen. Just don't want to confuse you.
Sure.
Yeah, you're able to see the paint.
He's starting to share. Yeah.
So you have this class called A, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a constructor called A. Similarly, you have a class called B and it have a constructor called B.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and this B is inheriting class A.
Okay.
Okay, now if I create an object for this class B,
Okay.
some class B is equals to new B,
Okay.
what will happen? How many constructors are invoked in this scenario?
Two constructors.
What are they and what is the order?
Uh, it will invoke the constructor A and then invoke constructor B.
Okay, so you're saying that first is the parent and then the child.
Yeah.
Okay, can you reverse the order? I want the child constructor to be called first. Can we do that?
Uh, Suppressing the reverse and again A you want to call.
Yeah, definitely correct. So you're saying the order is A and then B, but I'm asking, is there a possibility that we can reverse B then A? Is this possible in .NET?
Uh, dot net.
Okay, that's okay. Let's not get into this. Another question: if
Mhm.
you have the same order, which destructor is called first?
Uh,
You know the concept of
yeah, yeah,
destructors?
yeah. The B will get called first
Okay, B will call first. Why?
because it has to deallocate the memory of the B first, and then it has to go to A. Otherwise, it will be like access violations you will get.
Okay, okay. Another question, right?
Yeah.
You have this class A and you have this class B. I have a class C which inherits class A and class B. Okay,
Okay.
what is the problem with this code?
I think this we cannot do as far as my knowledge in Delphi at least. Uh,
Yeah, why it is not possible?
because it will be an ambiguous if same members are there in A and B.
Okay, so how can you overcome that?
We can maybe this we can do it with interface.
Okay, but if you say that, even still I will say that, right? It might have an add method, and this might also have an add method. That possibility is there, right? How will it work with interface? How will it not work with a class? Now, how did you resolve the problem here?
Uh, multi-level we can do A inherits B and B inherits C.
No, 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 no. What is the difference between these two? This is one, this is two. What is the difference between one and two? Here I'm inheriting two classes. Here I'm inheriting two interfaces. What is the difference between one and two? You can see the screen, right? Or you want
Yeah,
me to
yeah,
switch to
I
Notepad?
can see the screen.
Okay. You want me to switch to Notepad or Visual Studio? Let me know. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, that is fine. Saying inheriting two classes and inheriting two interfaces, what will be the difference?
Right.
Uh, in the first one, we need to implement all the methods which are declared there in the interface. In the second one, we may not need to implement everything.
Okay. So, have you ever used C Sharp?
C sharp, actually, I have done a very small project in my previous organization, like 5 years back. Currently, I am working with the Delphi only.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. That should be fine. Right. You have an employee table.
Okay,
Okay. You have a column ID and you have a column name.
okay.
Which column do you choose for where clause usually and why?
ID and another one
Name.
name. We will choose ID
Why?
because it is an unique key, and we can easily get the results fast.
Okay. Why do you think it gets the results faster?
It has an index on that when we declare it as a primary key.
Okay. If you assume that the name is also unique and you have an indexer on that, then both are same in terms of performance side of it.
But still, I believe the ID one is the faster one because
Yeah.
that's
Why?
an clustered index and it's in order and physical order.
Okay. So do you write queries as well in SQL
Yes,
or
yes,
in Oracle?
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Can you ping me here a query to um, uh, get second max salary from employee table? Can you ping me the query?
Second max salary from employee.
So the employee table have these three columns: name, ID, and then salary.
Okay.
Okay. You've used joins in SQL?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the by default join? When you say join, what is the by default join?
uh, Inner join.
Okay. Can you explain me something about that?
uh, uh, it's an partition product. I can say the combination of two tables resulting the data set based upon the condition what we give.
Okay. 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 What is the difference between a primary key and a unique key?
Primary key doesn't allow nulls. Unique key can allow one null.
Okay. What is a composite primary key?
Combination of two keys.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you have a conflict at your end, right? You are reviewing a code. A developer says that he had written if loop, whereas another developer, comments it with a -1 or a -2, saying that there should be a switch case instead of if loop. How do you resolve that? What is your, strategy?
So one developer is saying that, I need to use if, and another one is saying case,
Switch
switch case.
case. Yeah.
Yeah, switch case. Both are like multiple conditions.
Yeah. Yeah.
One second. I think case will be the faster one.
How can you determine that?
Mm, it will directly jump to that condition which will satisfy.
Okay. So again, a question, right? You have experience on this VB.NET, ASP.NET, or
Actually, I mean, earlier in my previous organization, there was an application in VB. So that was not working in that their environment. They have migrated their environment. So in that environment, that was not working in the new environment. So I tried to migrate that VB application to VB.NET. So that was the experience in that. So I tried to migrate that application, not very big application, but a small application. That's the experience, but generally I am not working on baby.net.
okay, that's okay. So there is a piece of code which is like if x is equals to 1, call a, else if x is equals to 2, call b, else x is equals to 3, call c. Do you see a problem with this code?
Else, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, no,
Okay.
no.
There's if as well here. Okay, else if.
Okay. It will execute each condition, and it will check it satisfies.
No. Do you see a problem with this code? Do you think it should be refactored? If so, how? Okay, let me put the same question. You have an incoming text file or incoming file. If file extension, okay, is equals to txt, convert txt to csv or pdf. Else, if file extension is equals to csv, convert csv to pdf. Else, if file extension is equals to star, a different format, okay, then convert star to pdf. So do you see a problem with this code?
Uh, Maybe we can implement overloading.
Not really. Do you see any other problem with that code? Is it a good coding practice as per you? You're able to see it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So do you see any problem with this code? Any knowledge on solid principles? Have you ever heard about solid principles?
Solid principles.
So I'll tell you the problem, right?
Okay.
This class is being changed for too many reasons. Because tomorrow, if I get a new format, right? Again, I need to make this change, right? Some ABC. then I need to convert ABC to PDF, right?
Okay.
You agree, right? This is a problem because I'm changing the entire class. This entire class needs to be retested again and again, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm touching every bit of it, right? Ideally, a class should not be changed for more than one reason, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Ideally, a class should not be changed for more than one reason, right? Agree or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Now, how do you resolve it?